Morning all, afternoon all, good evening all, hope everyone's well, hope everyone's staying safe, and thanks for joining me again. Couple of videos we're going to put together today and all merge into one. The date is the 22nd of March, I think, and essentially what we're going to be doing today, the weather's up, the temperature's up to between 10, 11ish degrees at the moment, and if you have a look at the weather for the next few days, or at least the next week, you see the temperatures are steady around that sort of temperature mark. So they're around, the average temperature for the next week is 10 degrees. What we're going to do today is we're not going to go deep into any of the hives, but what we are going to do is we're going to have a very quick assessment of feed, because we're coming towards the end of March. We should be producing a lot of eggs, and bees and such like that should hopefully be starting to be produced at this point in time, and we obviously don't want them to starve. So we're going to go in there, we're going to assess food, and more than likely stick food on all of them. And we're feeding 1-to-1 sugar syrup at the moment, and we're using rapid feeders, so they should gobble that up pretty quickly, and we should be absolutely fine with that. So that's basically what we're going to be doing today with the bees. If you have a look behind me, that was the tree that came down the other week that caused us problems, and as you can see, there's plenty of firewood there for the landowner for the next year or so. There's another little pile just down here and a load of rubbish which is all going to have to be burnt up there. So that's basically where the tree's at. So that's all done. I'd love to put some credit to that, as I did much of it, but I didn't really. I did a couple little bits and that was about it. So that's where we're at. I'm going to go and get myself kitted up, and we'll take a little look around. Alright, see you in a bit. Whilst I'm down this way and the smoke is just set and going away, I thought I'd just show you what we did around here as well on the last visit. I was supposed to come down and show you last time, but I didn't. So what we've done is we've marked out where the next set of hives are going to be going. We've got a few possibilities of things that we are going to try in the near future, but I'm going to save those, so fingers crossed. If this channel takes off a little bit more, then there's a certain couple of things that I'd like to try, and I'm only really going to try them if it was just me, I wouldn't try them, if I'm honest with you. But as I'd like to keep this channel somewhat entertaining to all you new beekeepers as well, when we hit our 500 mark and our 1000 mark, there's a couple of different types of bits that we're going to introduce down to here, but more of that to come hopefully in the future. Trees are all doing well. We've got a couple of buds coming out on one of the two of them. I'll take you over to one of them, just like I said, while the smoke is still going. And this is our sops of wine tree. That one is, I don't know what that is, but we've got a little spider up there enjoying the way. So this is our sops of wine tree, and as you can see, we've got some beautiful buds coming out. They make a really nice pink, sort of pink flower and a pink apple. The flesh on it is beautiful. So that's doing well. So the trees seem to be growing well, but that's the trees. Not as much bee activity at the front as I'd like today, but I'm sure there will be soon. but yeah, smoke is going. Let's get into the hives. So first hive we're going to have a look into today is Brenda. So Brenda's been growing well. I don't know how many of the hives I'm going to show you today, but I'll show you as many as I can. And like I said, this isn't a massive inspection, this is just a quick assessment on food, and go from there. Now these guys haven't been in for a little while. As we say that, Cindy's starting to wake up as well, so the hive you're currently sat on is woken up. And whilst we're here, we'll just have a quick check on the mite boards. You can see the mite board here. Should have put something sticky on it, but I didn't. And I can't see one mite. That's really good. Quite a lot of dead bees, but that's kind of what you expect. Or bits of bees, I should say. But yeah, no mites. Happy days. I'll show you what that looks like on one of the other hives. Let's have a look in Brenda. Well, she's still got quite a lot of fondant as well. So I might, to be honest, I might not even do much with Brenda. Just have a quick assessment on her stores. And these are like to be a bit aggy. Like I said, they haven't been open for a while, so I think when they're a bit fresh on us. Let's just have a look at a couple of these frames. Like I said, I don't really want to do too much work messing them about. I just want to have a quick look at a couple of these frames. Welded shut, which is a good thing. Just having a quick look, girls, I promise. And so we do want to try and keep these girls under control a little bit today. I just want to see if they need food, really. So the outer frames are the ones that are going to have stuff on, if any. And as hopefully you can see, there's a little bit of capped honey there. Not much, just a little bit. Let's move in a frame. I might, just because they've got quite a lot of fondant still on there, just keep the fondant on there today. I might not even feed Brenda. Oh, and they've got quite a lot of honey in there as well. Yeah, I'm not going to feed Brenda. She has got plenty to go there. So, nice and simple. That's all I want to do with Brenda. So she has, I confirmed that she's alive, I confirmed that she's got stores, and I confirmed that she's got no mites. Can't ask fairer than that. And she's still got fondant. So I don't need to do anything else with Brenda, and that's her done. However, haven't seen one before. Just pop that there. I don't know if you can see, we have a queen wasp checking out our nest. She will be removed. But that's Brenda. So that's literally all I'm going to be doing over the course of these next few hives. So I'll close Brenda up, I'll stop you there, and I'll probably bring you over to one that I'm doing something with. Alright, see you in a bit. So next hive over, we're having a look at Cindy, and as you can see, all of her fondant's gone. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to feed Cindy, and if she's got that many bees in there, she probably won't need her insulation anymore, so we'll whip that off as well while we're here. Brenda's a little bit small, hint while I've kept it on. But this should be a big hive, with any luck. You know what, I'll do that off camera. There's our pollen patty. So, as you can see, she's sort of super on still. Well, what I'm hoping, or what possibly has happened, is the queen's come up here and started laying. If she has done that, it's no hard buy, because what I'll do is I'll just knock her down and see what she's doing in a bit. Let's just take out a couple of frames, see what they're doing for stores. It's empty. And very, very little nectar in those, if you can see. So there's some honey, there's some nectar in there, and they're still working away, which is fantastic news. And what we'll do is I'll have a quick look in the box below, and if they've got feed down there, then I probably won't feed these guys either. Because because they have got nectar coming in and being stored. Fantastic. So, right, there's loads of bees downstairs. So this is a big hive, which is great. So I am just going to knock that there, a couple of puffs of smoke, and we're going to have a look downstairs. And this brood box hasn't been looked at for, God, I've got no idea. Last October, probably. Oh, nearly lost you. You still there? Yeah, you're still there. Are you still there? Yeah, you're still there. Nice and gentle. We've got a nice hive here. I'm just going to have a quick look at their stores. Like I said, I'm not digging into the nest too much. I just want to see what they've got. The hope is, I said, if they are already storing nectar up in the super, there's a possibility that a lot of this is going to be full already. I haven't checked the mic board for these guys either, so I'll do that in a second. So that's empty. That's empty. As long as I've got some stores in here, then I probably avoid feeding. I guess got some stores in. Not a massive amount, but they are pumping in the nectar, which is nice to see. Some granulation on there as well, if you can just about make some of that. You can see up here we've got some capped honey. So that's going to be their outer frame. So going forward, going further into the hive, that is likely to start containing brood. And I don't really want to mess up their brood nest too much, but I can see down the side there is honey down there. Excellent. This is a good looking hive. Really good looking hive. Nice strong colony. Looking well. I'm probably going to stick some feed on this hive, because they've got a lot of mouths in there to feed. And although they are bringing it in, although they are storing it, there's still a lot of mouths in there to feed, so I'm going to pop that on there. I'm not too worried about them, this honey water or sugar syrup contaminating the honey which is in there at the moment, because there is that little in there and it's that far off away from us doing any sort of harvesting. What should happen is, once this nest grows further, what should happen is the honey and the sugar syrup and all that sort of stuff should start going, being dragged down to the bottom of the hive. So I'm going to pop some feed on for them. And I say that doubting myself now, because these frames are heavy. There's a couple of... One more. This box is quite heavy. Look at that. So that's all capped honey. And to top that off, we've got eggs up here as well. So we have a laying queen in here. So the queen has moved her nest up all over the place. And what we'll be doing, probably not today, or it won't be today, is we will be making sure that our queen is down the bottom box and we will exclude her. So I am going to leave them alone, I think. Yeah, we're probably going to leave these guys alone, let them carry on what they're doing. Excellent. Alright, I'll stop you there because I'm going to take the foam off the top one and leave it there. So I'm probably not going to be feeding this hive, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, morning again. So appreciate that was very, very quick, and you probably didn't see a great deal of what's gone on, and I didn't show you every single hive, which is what I was dealing with. But hopefully you got a glimpse of a couple of those hives, which you did. I've changed my mind a couple of times, and I'll run you through what everyone's got at the moment and what's going on with everybody at the moment, and a couple of plans with everyone at the moment. So we'll start off with here, which is Brenda. So Brenda is looking really, really well. We've got no signs of any sort of mites or problems like that. We've got no issues with look at the state of that. Look at the state of that super. We've got no issues with any sort of problems like that. They've got some stores in there, but they are a very rapidly growing hive. Now, I was initially going to leave them with just the rest of their fondant on, but that fondant is rock solid and it's horrible. So I thought, no, let's scrap it. So we've got rid of that, and we've put feed on Brenda as well. So she's got some feed to get ticking over, and there is some stores in there as well, so they're going to be filling up. Let's take to now Brenda. I'll move on to Brenda just a little bit more. So Brenda is she's got what, 10 frames in, 11 frames in, can't remember which one, and over half of them are full with bees. So it's a good box of bees there. And so what we're planning on doing with Brenda is, in a few weeks time, or maybe sooner actually, is we're going to be sticking another box on Brenda. So Brenda's going to get deep, and we're going to hopefully pull a split off Brenda later on in the season. So Brenda's going to have a deep placed onto her. She's going to be continually fed, and she's we're hopefully going to breed from her and create a new hive. So Brenda's going to be split soon. We would go to Hive C. Now this is Cindy. Now I was to and fro about what to do with Cindy as well. Cindy's doing great. So Cindy is, she's got a good amount of stores everywhere. I'll take you down to Cindy. Cindy's got a good amount of stores in there, and the queen has come up to start laying in this super as well. So I've left it as it is. However, I am feeding her again as well. Reason I'm feeding Cindy is because, well, I've just given her a bit of a boost as well. Like I said, that feed shouldn't worry the honey harvest, which is going to be a lot later in the year. Sorry about that. Honey harvest shouldn't be, because that's going to be a lot later in the year. And when we knock the queen down, then the stores should hopefully follow her as well. But this surplus which goes up there. So I think they're only up there at the moment because the queen's up there. But that'll get knocked down, and that'll get consumed before the honey harvest. So we are feeding Cindy as well. Summer. Now Summer, I didn't even need to check Summer. She's an incredibly light hive. So we have got our feeder back on Summer, sorry, and she's being fed really heavily. A few bees coming and going, happy to see. So she's still alive, she's still nice and strong looking hive, but she's a bit on the light side. So she's got a good chunk of feed on her as well. Take down to these two girls. So we've got Daisy and we've got Emma. Again, similar sort of boat as the rest of them. Good number of bees in there. No really complaints. But yeah, they'd run out of their fondant, so they've had their old syrup as well. And finally, Abee. I'm so happy with Abee. Now with Abee, you'll note that she had a super on. That super is bone dry, completely empty, with nothing going on in there apart from some granulated frames and no queen activity at all. So that super I've taken off, and I'm starting to feed her. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing with Abee yet. I just wanted to grow, really. I've got no immediate plans with that one. But I saw eggs whilst I was having a quick look at frames, and so we've got a queen in there. We've got a laying queen in there, and because there's eggs in there, it's recent. So she's growing. All hives growing as fast as they can. Split wise, we're going to be splitting Brenda. We are going to be rehousing Summer soon. That'll be in a few weeks' time. We are going to be... Abee is going to be supering. We're going to super... No, not Abee, sorry, Cindy. We're going to super Cindy. So she's going to start producing us some honey. And we're probably going to super Daisy and Emma. I'm not too sure. One of them might get a new box. One of them might get supered. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, they're looking good. They're looking good. The sooner I can get deeps on these guys, the better. Because obviously I want to expand the hive with some deeps. But yeah, everything's looking good. So all hives alive. Every hive is being fed. We're on the next few weeks. I'll leave you down with a little bit of activity from Abee. She looks amazing. Right, cracking. Thanks very much indeed for joining me. If you haven't already, please give us a subscribe, please give us a like. Have yourself a wonderful day and all that sort of stuff. 220 subscribers now. Proper job. Thanks very much indeed. You lot take care.